So we're going to go over the basic styles of yoga today. There are several different styles that are available to you through classes, but you might have looked at your local yoga studios offerings and been like, what's hatha yoga? What's the difference between moderate flow and easy flow? What does that mean? So we'll go over different styles of yoga and what they entail. So, when you think of yoga, probably what you're thinking of is hatha yoga. It's a general term for yoga postures that incorporate body, breath, and mind. And this is typical for classes that are available to the public, or usually start with hatha yoga postures. Vinyasa yoga is sort of the next step. Vinyasa is a Sanskrit term for linking breath and movement. So when you see a class for moderate flow, it's the same as saying moderate vinyasa. This linking of breath and movement is characteristic of a lot of different styles of yoga, but vinyasa is the general term for it. Ashtanga yoga is what you might think of when you say you're thinking of a yogi or somebody who is a vegetarian because they follow yogic principles. Ashtanga yoga means the 8 limbs of yoga and encompasses the yoga lifestyle. It is a very traditional approach to yoga. Sri K. Patabhati Joyce is the one who brought Ashtanga yoga to the United States from India. Likewise, Iyengar yoga is very similar to Ashtanga. It's more traditional, emphasizes the 8 limbs of yoga, and encompasses lifestyle in addition to postures and exercise. Iyengar yoga was founded by BKS Iyengar, author of Light on Yoga and several other texts. I would recommend, if you are seriously interested in yoga, pick up Light on Yoga. It's a comprehensive dictionary of postures, as well as a great explanation and introduction to the yogic path. One of the more popular styles of yoga is Bikram yoga, which was invented by Bikram Choudhury in the 1970s. Bikram yoga is very specific. You practice a series of 26 postures in a mirrored room that is heated to 105 degrees Fahrenheit with 40% humidity. These specifications are part of why Bikram yoga is a specific style. It's patented under Bikram's name to adhere to these principles of yogic practice. Hot yoga is very similar, but it's not as strict. You can adjust the temperature. You can do a different series of postures. You can even channel a different style of yoga to practice it just in a hot room. But if you hear the term Bikram yoga, it means the 26 postures in a room heated to 105 degrees Fahrenheit with 40% humidity. It adheres to the terms of the patent agreement with Bikram. Power yoga is kind of similar. It's much more active. It's active like a Bikram yoga, less adhered in tradition like Ashtanga, but it's like an active hatha yoga. So you're practicing different postures, and it may have elements of vinyasa where you link breath with movement, but power yoga is much more good for stretching and strengthening. Yin yoga, on the other hand, is much slower. It emphasizes the connective tissues and improving the condition of your connective tissues. Yin yoga has Chinese and Taoist roots and was invented and led by Pauli Zink, who is one of the experts in yin yoga. There's actually a big intellectual property lawsuit about who owns the term yin yoga pretty recently. Like Bikram yoga, there is a copyright dispute or a copyright on the term yin yoga, but it adheres in this. It's very slow, but it's not completely inactive. It's much more like what you would find to prepare for martial arts. For example, if you practice taekwondo or if you practice kung fu, you'll find a lot of elements in yin yoga emphasizing the stretching and gradual enhancement of the tendons, ligaments, and connective tissues, much less the muscles or the muscle engagement that you might find in a power yoga. Following that, there is Kripalu yoga or prana yoga, which is what I have my 200-hour certification in. in. Kripalu Yoga, and here's with the Kripalu Center for Yoga and Health, which was founded in the 1960s, 1970s, up in the Berkshire Mountains of Massachusetts. Kripalu and Prana Yoga it's based on using breath and chanting to heal. There's emphasis on healing modalities, breath work, chanting, and work on the chakras. We'll go over what the chakras are in a different module, but I look forward to sharing that as well. And finally, there is, last but not least, this is my personal favorite and one of the modalities in which I am trained to teach yoga, is restorative yoga. Restorative yoga was founded by Judith Lassiter. She was a student of BKS Iyengar, making restorative yoga a Iyengar yogic style. Basically, what restorative yoga does, it's not the stretching and strengthening of the power yoga, and it's much more relaxed than the emphasis on building more connective tissue and better connective tissue of yin yoga. What you want to do is calm the sympathetic nervous system more readily and improve the response of the parasympathetic nervous system to cue the body to relax and recover after prolonged exposure. So what you do for restorative yoga is that you actually use props to relax your body, and you relax into those props so that you have as little use of your muscles as possible. This also ties very nicely into Yoga Nidra, or yogic sleep, which is a guided visualization and healing modality for improving sleep and also calming the sympathetic nervous system, as discussed. I'd be happy to go into any of these styles in detail or provide more information. You can reach me at KarynOnTheKeyTeam@gmail.com. You can also reach my team at phyllieskeyteam@gmail.com. You can check out our website at phyllieskeyteam.kw.com. But in any case, if you have any questions about yoga, feel free to reach out. We're always happy to answer. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to hear from you soon.